So watu wenye walifika State House, wenye walifika hapo karibu State House, come out wakasema something sinister happened to them. So to those who understand spiritual journeys more, we need your help on how we can counter this.
Is State House a normal place to go without an invitation? For most Kenyans, the answer is a loud no. It's not just a building, it's the official residence of the head of state.
Let us go. Let us up on the stage too. Woo! Let us go.
Protected by multiple layers of security, it's a symbol of power. For decades, it's been nearly untouchable. So, when a group of Gen Z protesters made their way towards State House in Nairobi during the June 2025 protests, the country held its breath. What followed wasn't a dramatic siege or an angry confrontation. Instead, something unexpected happened. Confusion, fear, and emotional overwhelm. Some protesters previously defiant on the streets suddenly looked lost. A few couldn't walk, others simply sat down and unsure of what to do. It was a moment that revealed not just the intensity of the movement, but the psychological weight of facing raw state power up close.
And many of them will tell you, when they marched and they were approaching State House, a certain fear came upon them. Because thrones are not governed by military power only.
The Gen Z movement that had swept through the country in recent weeks had shown a new face of civic resistance, organized, leaderless, digitally yet deeply passionate. These were not your ordinary demonstrations. This was a generation demanding accountability, justice, and fairness. Mobilized through TikTok lives and X-threads, not by political parties or tribal chiefs.
Nataka mujue State House ni kinyumba kimoja kikubwa kizee. State House ni museum.
They began marching towards State House. Many believed it would be the climax of their protest. Armed with placards, whistles, flags, and cameras, they were ready to send a message to the highest office in the land. By the word, were not afraid. But crossing that final threshold, the road leading to the gates of State House came with an emotional price. Eyewitness says that as the youthful protesters approached the heavily guarded compound, a thick silence fell over them. No one had expected to reach that far, and when they did, reality hit hard. The bold energy that had carried them through the streets was replaced by something else: disbelief. The intimidation of proximity to power was overwhelming.
So watu wenye walifika State House, wenye walifika hapo karibu State House, come out wakasema something sinister happened to them. So to those who understand spiritual journeys more, we need your help on how we can counter this. So according to them, the moment walifika hapo na walifika wakiwa wengi, and they recorded the first video enye tuliona sasa ikicirculate. After that, wakasema ndio ile gate, they lost their minds. Their legs zikakuwa so heavy, they could not move forward. The only way they could move ni backward. So, and then anasema, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., I understand what was happening.
So for Gen Z, standing at the gate wasn't just about protest. It was crossing a boundary that many Kenyans, even at their most political conscious, have never dared to approach. But what does this moment tell us? First, it shows that symbolism matters. The decision to march to State House was more than a political act. It was a confrontation with the heavy structure of authority in Kenya. Many of these young people were born after the one-party era, but the legacy of fear around power still runs deep. That fear revealed itself the moment they arrived. Second, it reminds us that protests are not just physical, they are deeply emotional and psychological. The trauma of past generations, state brutality, and unresolved memories of massacre and silenced uprising have been inherited by Gen Zs. And even though this generation is more outspoken and rebellious, they are not immune to that buried history. Third, this moment was shifted the national consciousness. Videos of confused, crying protesters near State House gates went viral. Instead of being seen as weak, they were seen as human, vulnerable. Really, it reminds the public that even the brave need support, healing, and safety. The government has responded with silence, perhaps surprised that the march got too close. Security officials later said no live bullets were fired and the group was dispersed peacefully. But behind the scenes, intelligence units are reportedly cracking down organizers and digital mobilizers. The fear is that next time, Gen Z may not stop at the gate. The movement has now paused, but the psychological moment at State House lingers like unfinished sentence. For many Gen Z protesters, it wasn't a defeat, it was a lesson. Power is really, fear is really, but so is courage. David Chams Media, platform for bold, really and eye-opening conversations. We are committed to bringing you raw and unfiltered content that captures the pulse of society. Whether it is breaking political updates, social movements, or community stories, we present the facts with clarity and passion. Our news segments are designed to keep you informed with accurate, timely, and critical analysis that cuts through the noise and hype. We ask the hard questions and go beyond headlines to explain what it means for you. David Chams Media, we stand for truth, courage, and connection. Our mission is to amplify voices, provoke thought, and build a community that listens, learns, and acts. If you are looking for honest dialogue, fearless journalism, and relatable stories, hit that subscribe button and join the conversation today.